Well, if you've never had hot chocolate with hot chocolate, we're bringing it to you right now. We've got Danny Roberts, also known as Hot Chocolate, fresh off a fight, fresh off a win, a knockout win at that. I know it's hard to call anything perfect these days, but how did that victory rank for you?
It's up there, one of the best, top three I'd say for me so far to date.
And what was the atmosphere like in Russia? Because a lot of people were basically calling it somewhat of a redemption fight for you, given the ups and downs of this year.
Yeah, definitely. I didn't see it as that going into it, moving forward, but going over to Russia, the hostility and the kind of the cold vibe that I got in general from the people and the crowd and stuff, I kind of knew that the odds were against me, so it put more in place, but it wasn't something that bothered me from start to finish.
You sort of feed off of that, don't you?
Yeah, it's just something that excites me, and for someone who I am, my sort of type of personality is something that just kind of like fuels my fire, and it gives me more reason to be able to come out and to shine and to win and put on a show for everyone. So for me, for everything that I am, it's one of them things that just gives me added power.
So looking into 2020, or at least in the near future, what's next for you? What are the plans? Anybody targeting? If you could get a little Christmas wish.
Ooh,
come on, give us a taste.
What I will say is like coming into the last fight and the way that things worked out, I kind of, you say about being able to, I was talking about the future and being able to put it into play with what happened with the fight. For me, that was always on the cards. For me, single-handedly, away from the adversity that I've faced or the ups and downs that we've had throughout the UFC that we're speaking about right now, I now know what I need to do to move forward. And 2020 is going to be a big year. I promise you now I'm going to be putting out more people the same way that my guy went out in a few weeks ago. I swear to God. So 2020 is going to be big. I'm going to make my mark. I'll be up in the top 10. I'm looking for people, Alex Oliveira, we've got Gunnar Nelson, people like that. I want someone who's up there, who's got the style, who can test me and really bring out the best Danny Roberts.
As everyone said after the last one, you made him spin.
Yeah.
And everyone heard that one, so I'm sure we'll be looking forward to definitely more of those now. And then just speaking of, like I said, this year so far that you've had, someone that you've hung out with quite well is Darren Till. We've mentioned him, a couple of times.
Yeah.
His bout was, of course, right before yours. What was that like? Did you guys, I saw you caught up the other day, managed to catch up here in London. Did you guys finally sit down and chat? What was that like?
Yeah,
you both kind of had similar paths leading up to your fight.
Yeah, definitely. Well, that's the thing. We've kind of had to overcome adversity. You get a lot of it from the outside. People they forget that your whole career and your life's, it's in front of everyone to be able to kind of criticize or say what you're doing right or wrong. So it's very kind of like hard for us to kind of stay away from that and to make sure that we do, in a sense that it keeps our mental game right. It also shows the best within our character and our persona to be able to do that. So me and Darren, shook hands, had a little drink together. He's a cool cat. He's a funny guy. Yeah, he's a real funny guy.
Got a lot of similarities there.
Yeah. Got some plans for the future as well. Would like to see the UFC come up to Liverpool and stuff like that.
Anfield?
We were chatting about Anfield. Anfield would be massive. It'd be good to go on be on that show. And again, I've been in Liverpool now for 15 years. So as much as I've been over in the States, I've been training. It is my home, and it is where I am. And to be able to go back and fight for the people and stuff, that'd be one of the things I want to do.
2 for 5's coming up right now. You mentioned Usman and that you have a good repertoire with him. Up against Colby Covington now. How do you see this one going? I know you probably gave us a little taste on your Instagram story who you're going for. So how do you see it going?
Do you know what? This is going to be a fight, and I'm not gonna say for 1 second it's all going to be Kamaru Usman's way, because I don't think it is going to be, but 100% I see him being the victor and coming out on top, getting his hand held. As long as he's patient, I do see him being able to knock Colby out as well. But Colby, coming forward with that energy, that aggression, that tenacious.
Straight from the get-go, he's going to run into it.
He's just non-stop, and he's going to be trying to do that, It's just a matter of staying composed and just kind of just weathering out the storm, and when the time's right, I know he's going to be able to piece together the right little 2 or 3 pieces that's going to finish the fight,
Conor McGregor will be back. What are you expecting from that one? You think lightning can strike in the same place twice?
With McGregor and coming up with January, I think 100%. I don't see him really losing that fight coming up. I think it's a nice fight for him to have. It's just all about the preparation, getting your mind and body right, as I know as an athlete. So I'm only going to be honest with that moving forward and saying that if he's right, then the fight's going to be right, and I see him winning that.
Is it good to have him back, just given the personality and the character that he is in UFC?
I think it does big things for the sport, and it has done since he came in and had his reign, and really shown the world what it's all about. So from that perspective, I will say 100%. Yeah, it's really good to have him back and to sort of get people looking back into it and talking about the fights and stuff like that.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube, and for more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for premium content plus live streaming, make sure to subscribe to ESPN Player.